Okay, we are now recording. Like I said, I'm gonna ask you these questions. I'm also gonna drop them in the chat after I ask them.
Sure.
Okay, amazing. So first question is, here we go. What is the difference between outer query and inner query?
Okay. So outer query and inner query both are execute the query. So inner query executes first, then gives the results to the outer query. So outer query is the main SQL statement. So it takes the results from the inner query. Inner query is a subquery. So it will execute first and gives the results. So it passed to the outer query. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Like I said, the second question is a coding question, so I'm going to email it over to you. Just give me your response as soon as you can after, so I can attach it.
So I need to, after email, I need to reply now only, right? In email, you will send it, right?
Yeah, I'll send it to you in email, and we'll go from there. So we'll go ahead with the next verbal question.
Okay, sure.
So the next question is, what is the difference between on hold and on ice and autosys? And what will happen if an on hold job is taken off hold?
Okay, so Autosys is a automatic generated tools for the job schedulers. In that, on hold and on ice is used to schedule the job schedule. So on hold is to pass the job. On ice is to freeze the job. Actually, the main difference, it will behave different roles based on the job scheduler. So the main purpose is on hold is to pass the job, and off on ice is to freeze the job. So the main difference, if you take that on hold, job in on hold, job will not run, but dependencies are evaluated. In on ice, so job will not run, but dependencies are completely ignored. So in on hold, if downstream job will run, uh, downstream job will wait until the until it to run. But in on ice, downstream job still can run, but completely dependencies are ignored. So here schedule is uh, schedule is retained in on hold. In on ice, schedule is skipped. So means once the job is scheduled in on hold, it's once it is released, it will be in the queue and it will run immediately. In on ice, it will skip the scheduled time. So the main purpose of on hold is to pass the job even though the conditions are evaluated. In on ice, we can completely freeze the job and conditions are completely ignored.
Okay, amazing. All right, cool. All right, let's go on to the next question. That was good. So how do we find?
Sorry. Just I need to give one more explanation. Is on hold is job is taken, off hold is that I need to give. So what will happen if on hold job is taken to off hold is, so once if you when your job got scheduled in the on hold, once it is released, the job will run immediately. What and all will be in the queue, it will run immediately. So
Okay.
it will not skip the scheduled jobs. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
No, that's good. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, wonderful. Next question. How to find space usage on Linux box?
Okay, so we will use actually df-h. So that is used to find out the space usage of the Unix box.
Okay, gorgeous. Let me see here, sorry. How to file transfer from one Linux server to another Linux server?
Okay, so usually file transfer from the one Linux server to the another Linux server. We have so many, we will transfer so many ways. So we will use the scp command. For using the scp command, so we need to check before checking the scp command, we need to check that is there SSH access is there for the remote system. So mainly the scp is connecting from the one system to the remote system. So from between the two machines connection, so scp command we will use. So through via scp we can transfer the files from the local system to the remote system. By the way, remote system to the local system also we will use the scp. So it is a very securely transfer files from the both the machines.
Okay, wonderful. And kind of following that track with the SCP, we have how to enable SCP commands to transfer files.
Sure. So to enable the scp command, before we need to check is that remote system has the SSH keys SSH access is there or not. If it is there, we are good. Okay, remote system should download the SCP and all. We can transfer the file. But if it is not there, we need to enable from the our side. So if I can I type it or I need to tell you. So how to enable means, so we will use some of the commands to enable that. So sudo, first I'll check the status of the SSH. Is that they have the SSH access or not for the remote system? If it is there, we are good. If we don't have, we will give the access. We will check from our side to enable. So just I'll give that system CTL and sudo system CTL. So status SSH. So I'll check the status. Then I'll update that one actually. So sudo system CTL update, or otherwise we can do the start also SSH. Then we can do enable. So it will enable these couple of steps I'll follow and I'll enable the SSH. Then we are good to enable that. After SSH, we are good to transfer the SCP files. SCP system start CTL. 1 second, just CTL enable search. So then this we'll give this command and we'll enable the SSH. So then I'm good to check that SSH is connected to the remote machine. User at remote IP address. So now here the remote system will get the SSH access. So we can enable the SCP.
Okay, wonderful. Awesome. I will be sure to attach those and the answers over to Amit as well.
Sure.
The next one is, what is the difference between grep and egrep commands?
Oh, good. So grep and egrep. So main purpose grep is to search for the specific type of file or like a string, anything like. So this egrep also similar to that, but main difference is grep will not allow the special characters like a plus, minus, question mark, any special characters will not allow. But egrep is a special, like it's a advanced, so it will allow the special characters like plus, minus, any type of special characters. It allows that's the main advantage of egrep. But nowadays we are not using egrep, so we are using like a grep hyphen e. So that's olden days view. I don't know that. I mean, it's not a egrep, it's grep I hyphen e we are using. Yeah. So main difference is so it's like a space only small format we can use the grep, but egrep will allow the all the special characters.
Okay, wonderful. All right, awesome. Next question is, how do you view file content of a large file?
How do you view? Okay, view. Okay. How do you view means to see the large files, right? Yeah, we have the command that large file commands. So you can see if you want to see in the one screen, I'll use a less file name. For example, my file name is 6253.txt. I'll use a less. Different ways we can view the file based on our requirement. See, if it is I want to view the end of the file like 1,000 lines, I'll use the tail hyphen n like 1,000 lines. So I'll give my file name 6253 is my file name 6253.txt. Okay, and if I want to view the head of the like starting of the lines, I want to view that, I'll use the head of the file minus hen and 6253 my file. For example, I took that one. Okay, so I'll use this is the end of the file and this is the starting of the file. And if I want to use like especially like some type of language pattern, I want to view that one, I will use a cd hyphen n and some any like 1,000 lines, I can give that 6253 my file name, any file name you can give that. And this is that. And if I want to split out any large file to smaller file, I'll use the split minus L and give the file name. So there are different ways based on our requirement 6253.txt based on my requirement, I'll view that file.
Okay, wonderful. Perfect. Again, I'll be sure to add those on when I'm starting over. All right, we have two more left. Second to last one is, how do you find a file which has temp in its name?
Okay, file name is temp, right? Okay, so to find out the file name, any file name, but for example, you are giving the temp file name. So just I'll go, and first of all, I will see that ls minus list of the files, and I'll filter out from my side with and I'll search grep with file name. So it will give that file, temp file it will give. And we have that find out, we can do the find also, like a find find to search. One more command also I can use it. One second. Find to search. I'll give you 1 second. Search type hyphen type name. So we can use both ls minus l or find. So we can use both the command.
Okay, perfect. All right, we have one last question here for you. Let me see here. So what is the difference between Tomcat, Jetty, and WebLogic?
Okay.
Sorry, WebLogic.
Okay, the main difference, right? So Tomcat, Jetty are both are the web servers. So WebLogic is a web application. So if you take the differences, Tomcat is a servlet container. So whereas the Jetty is a servlet and HTTP container, WebLogic is a full Java EE application, web application. So whereas if you take performance wise, so it's a Tomcat is a lightweight and fast. Jetty is a lightweight and very fast. It supports embedded. And if we take the WebLogic, it's like a scalable but heavy. So and use cases are, so Tomcat uses the web app like Spring and REST APIs. Jetty will use that. Jetty uses the microservices and HTTP servers like embedded apps, and then WebLogic will use the large price enterprises like legacy systems also. So like a Tomcat is a Apache licensed, Jetty is a Eclipse so I forgot. No, Eclipse licensed. Yeah, Eclipse licensed. Sorry, Eclipse licensed, and WebLogic is a Oracle commercial licensed. So it supports Tomcat, and Jetty supports the web servers, where WebLogic supports the full Java EE applications. But Tomcat, Java, and Tomcat, Jetty, and WebLogic, these three are JSP servlets.
Okay, wonderful. All right, that's the
If
last
you
one.
want to go with the lightweight web servers, we'll go with the Tomcat. So yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. All right, I'm gonna wrap up recording now. Let me see.